Okay, hi everybody. I want to do a quick video, hopefully quick, of how to use Classkick for reading simplified activities, particularly Switch It um, and, uh, and particularly Switch It. We'll see. We might look at some of the other things to do. All right, so Classkick is a platform that allows the teacher to have assignments that you can give to your students. It can be used synchronously and asynchronously. So it can be used all at the same time, whether you're meeting in person and you want to have an activity for everybody, or whether you are uh, distance and you're teaching over Zoom or Google Meet or whatever, and you want your students to accomplish work and you want to see in real time what they're doing. It's also used for asynchronous work. So if you can just give an assignment and have them do it on their own time and then you check it later, much like you would for Seesaw or other things in Google Classroom. Anyway, I really appreciate that it can be used well for synchronous work and that I can see the students work in real time, what they're doing. So let me show you how we work this. So in Classkick, it says helping teachers be awesome. I think we're already awesome, but it can make us uh, our work a little easier. So that's awesome. I like that. So here we go. And you can sign in and you can get a free account and you can stay free so long as you keep your saved assignments to 20 or less. But what's really nice is that you can delete assignments and reuse assignments and still stay under 20. So you can use your Google sign-in, you can sign in under your email, however you're going to do it. And your assignments can be very long. And it's really, really, really easy to make assignments. So you can have assignments here. And I have put books in here, like the PDF books that might be 100 pages. It just pops in and that's an assignment. So if you had a workbook that you're having to work through with your students, pop it in as an assignment, go up here to add an assignment, create from a file, and the whole thing populates and you can make an assignment. Anyway, so I'm going to show you what this letter tile template looks like. So if you want to build words or if you're going to do switching words, whatever, this is really helpful. So I have here, and you can make a copy of this. I mean, this is just an example. It doesn't take much to make, but I just want to show you what's possible. So you can edit it. You can edit on the fly and add more pages. You can change pages. What I really like about Classkick is that any changes you, the teacher, make, your students can't touch. They can only touch their work. For instance, if I took a Google Sheet and uh, gave it to my students, unless I made it the template, the master slide, they could change things that are in the slides. Or if in Jamboard, anything in Jamboard can be changed. And I've had students accidentally wipe out whole things. So it's nice that whatever you, the teacher, do in uh, Classkick, the students can't delete. They can only delete or modify their own work. So you can edit work, you can assign it to assign it. You can get a link and pass the link out in your meeting, in your LMS, in the chat of your meeting, or however you're going to do it. Or you can just tell the kids, go to Classkick and sign in with this code, and you can broadcast the code. There it is, nice and big, and they can type it in. But I find the easiest way is to copy the sign in over here, copy the link, and I put it in the chat, and then everyone clicks on it and they're all there. So here, I have signed in with 3 devices here as students. So I want you to see what it looks like for the teacher. So I have a sheet here. My first page of the assignment is just letter tiles, just like we would do. And to make letter tiles, I just took a PDF page of letters and snipped it and made them all manipulatives and made these letter tiles. So what I can do, and let me just pop in, I could pop in and actually look at each student's page. I can go from student to student, student 1, student 2, and look at their work page by page, however I want to, or I can look here in this setting and look over all the students. Now it's in a vertical listing, so if I had 20 students, I would have to scroll up and down to see 20. But you can see it. It's small, but you can see the work. So let's say I am going to have my students do some switching activities, and I say, let's start with the word sad, build the word sad, and this student, see, I'm working on student number 3. Did you see it just move right down in here? It's little and it's hard to see, but I can see the student is working. So this student is going to build this word, add, and this student is going to build the word. And of course, before I do anything, I have to teach the students what icons represent what. So what is the cursor, what is the pen, all of those things. Did you see that pop right up in here? Now I'm going to do it for student 2. You can watch it work. So with something this size, I can't see the letters necessarily, but I can see that something's happening. Let's see, did you see that? Did you see it pop right in there? And there. Okay. So if I looked close, I could probably see that, or I can say, that looked right. Let me check, and I can tap on it and go and see that child's work. And yep, that was right. And go back to the whole class view. And if I said, okay, we have sad, and right now we want to change this to mad. If I'm watching my screen here, I can see if they're grabbing from the right place, approximately the right place. It's a little small to make sure, you know, what it looks like, but I can see what's happening. And if I see someone say, oh, they're going to change this to mad, and I see them moving this, do you see this happen here? You see right in here how this moved here? It's like, oh, I can tell that's a problem because that's not the right one that should have been moved here. So if we say sad and I want mad, and I can see, if you'll watch, I will make that move and I'll make this move. You can see these things move. You see those move? And my students can move in what they want right there. And hopefully I've heard them at the same time and I'm looking at it. Yeah, that looks right. Everyone did it. Okay, so now we have the word mad and I want to make it into man, man. And I can watch them change. If I have any question, I can pop in here and take a look. And I can watch. So the student is manipulating this on his device. And there, man, and there we go. And I can see the student do that. And back in this view, we'll be able to watch all the students do their work, man. And this student over here has got something else going on. It's like, was that correct? And I can pop in and look at it. And I can say, oh, student 2, let's look, we want man. Say the sounds with me. Man. And if I use the highlighter tool, or use a pen tool, sorry, I can say, see, this is and I want man, and the student will see these marks on his device. And hopefully the student will say, oh, okay, this one is not correct. I want this one there. And then I can erase my marks, undo my marks. So I can do switch it, I can do build it, I can work with these and watch the whole class by going up and down. However many you have, it doesn't matter. Now, all of these are subsequent pages, and I'm just going to show you very quickly some of the things that can be done here. So I can do switch it type activities. I can have multiple pages of it. So I could give verbal instructions on each page, and that would appear on for the student. In here, there is a microphone icon. As the teacher, I can record a note to my student and tell them what to build or tell them what to switch, and they can do that. And what I do is, like at first I would put my little Bitmoji and then make it look like that little speech bubble, that the recording was a speech bubble coming out of my mouth, so they knew that that's what they were to press if they were to do this on their own time. And the student is then also able to use the microphone to record their reading if you want them to read the word, and they could place it here. So that is possible. So I could have, for instance, this is page 2. I could have many pages of these letter tiles and have them build a different word on each page. The other thing I can do is this. I can say, watch this, and tell them if they see something like this, that they should click on it. And I would have to instruct them ahead of time how to come back to Classkick. There's a way to make videos play within it. I haven't gotten into that. So if a student clicks on a link and it takes them to, for instance, this was a video of some of the high frequency words, I would have had to teach them ahead of time how that would appear as a tab, and they have to look for the green square, that's the Classkick. And when they're done watching the video, to come back to the green square to get back to their class. Anyway, so they could do that on their side. I can give them a video to watch. And having watched the video, I can have multiple recordings. This is me, and the recording could be, for instance, this is a spelling practice where this is a word, and they're going to listen to it. I'm not sure if that recorded. I shared the computer audio, but anyway, that's a recording, and so then they would have to build the word. Sorry, I can't do it on the student side. The student has to do it. So that's on slide 5. The student, if the student were on slide 5. So the student would listen to it, and then the student would move the letters. To build the words like that. I can watch the student. Each student would do it, and if I'm here, see, I can see that this student here is on this page and has built the word, and this student is on this page and has built the word. So I can see where the students are working. And so I can have little spelling practice here. You can have as many recordings as you like, and the students are able to write or drag manipulatives to practice their, if you're doing high frequency words. And I like to play little review games with my students. So if I had words that they had to practice reading, I would put it in a bingo game and I could sit there and call out clues, like in the first column, I want a word that rhymes with this, or I want a word that's something I can, um, uh, something that might live in my house and something I like very much, and have them read and reread and reread and then mark it. And they can mark it either with manipulatives that I would give them, or I generally just have them use their pen and mark it here and let them call out the words that they're doing. And everyone can play it on their own, but just getting the practice of reading and rereading the words. Anyway, so that's a possibility here. And here we go. I have my reading practice, and I can just pop in the whole book. I can pop in PDFs. I can pop in whatever I like and have them practice reading. And this is the loveliest part. I love this. The student is able to record his reading on his end, and it pops up with a little microphone that shows me the recording, and I can come and listen to everybody's reading. Not that we never seem to have enough time to hear everybody read, and of course that's our prep time, but we can listen to reading, and I find this really helpful for the assessments that I'm required to do, that I can just push this out and have an assessment, and everybody does it on his own time, and or over a meeting. I'll just say, take your headphones or mute yourself from the meeting, and everybody read that page and record it, and it's done. And then I have a recording. So, but I can have this in here, and it can be read and reread, and I can make a copy, an audio of this for the students. They can listen to my reading, and then they can read it themselves and make a recording of their reading. Anyway, so I love that the students can have their prompt and record on that page. Some of the other platforms that allow students to record, the screen that does the recording obscures the prompt. And it's like, okay, that didn't help very much. So this has the prompt and you can record right on it and still look at your page. So I just think that's so helpful for what we need to do. So you can have guided reading, you can, or fluency practice, whatever, here with as much as you want. And you can pop in pages as easy as you can imagine, just going up to the camera and upload from computer, and you can take a PDF file and just drop it in, and all the pages populate the pages of the assignment. Anyway, I do love Classkick for these activities for whole group, and I like them especially for reading practice where I want to hear the students read. So I hope you like that too. Now, Classkick had such growing pains at the beginning of the school year with everybody and his brother, discovered Classkick, and everyone was trying to use it for distance learning. And they went through some growing pains and had to upsize their capacity. And so there were issues back in August and September, but at this point, it's been running fairly smoothly. The students are able to sign in from whatever device. I do not have them use their Google sign in. I don't, because I'm using a free account. So I don't have them use the Google sign in. I don't want to have any issues with whether or not it has a compliancy certificate with the school. So they just sign in as an anonymous user with no data transfer. And I just tell them, put their first names or whatever. You could have them put numbers, doesn't matter. to sign in, but uh, I like that it has made my job a little more efficient. So I hope that helps you.